Best is one of the three men who came to the rescue of two teenage girls on the MAX train. It was 10 days ago, and he was stabbed to death by a man shouting racial slurs. But today, a day filled with ceremony and with love, and a chance to honor and say goodbye to a man many people are calling a hero. KGW's Pat Doris attended the funeral, the mass, and military honors at the Willamette National Cemetery. He joins us now live. Pat?
Well, Chris, the message of the day was this. Ricky Best was a humble man with a strong Catholic faith who lived the principles of love and servicing others right up to the end of his life. The 21-gun salute, a sign of respect and honor for a member of the armed services who has died. Part of the tribute today to Ricky Best for a life well lived. Best retired from the Army 5 years ago after a 23-year career there. He died May 26th, stabbed to death on a MAX train in Northeast Portland as he went to help two other men who were already stabbed.
He wasn't there to attack. He was there to protect and to show love, Christian love.
Earlier today, hundreds gathered at Christ the King Church for a funeral mass filled with the ancient symbols and rituals of the Catholic Church. Family friend Stacy Pender said Ricky Best's wife and 4 children are thankful for the support from the community. She's one of many who called him a hero. Ricky's
a hero, and he's in this world. There aren't a lot of heroes, not a lot of people that you can really have your children look up to. And what Ricky did will forevermore imprint on my life and my children's life.
Cameras were not allowed inside the church. Among the dignitaries there, Archbishop Alexander Sample, the leader of 420,000 Catholics in Western Oregon. I asked him about a theme he touched on during the Mass, the question of how God could allow something so terrible to happen to such a good man.
I mean, I may be the Archbishop of Portland, but you know, when some tragedies like this happen, I look up to the Lord and ask the same questions that so many ask.
But he said the love from the community and the response of so many people, unified here in friendship from diverse backgrounds and faiths, showed God is at work, drawing good from evil.
And I think this is a good example of that. I mean, the love that is here right now in this celebration of this man's life really is an example of how something very good is happening as a result of something very evil.
Which does not mean this day was easy. Many here pledged to help the Best family in the months and the years to come. And the pastor of the church, Christ the King, where the Best attend, called Ricky Best a martyr. And he also quoted from the Gospel of John, where Jesus tells his followers, there's no greater love than to lay down your life for a friend. Back to you.
All right, Pat, thank you for that. And following the service, people lined the route to the Willamette National Cemetery to pay their respects to Rick Best. Some held flags, others held signs to show their support. Our Christine Pitawanich live now in Happy Valley. And Christine, you spoke with a number of people who stood out on the procession route today.
You know, there were so many people out here that said that they felt it was important for them to come out and show their support. And as people lined Southeast Bob Schumacher here, where it meets with the I-205 overpass, you could really feel the respect and gratitude in the air.
People with solemn faces, holding flags and flowers, lined the road in Happy Valley.
It's important for me to bring my daughter and show her that we stand up for love and the good of our city and of our country.
She and others came out to pay their respects to Rick Best, one of 3 men who came to the defense of 2 young girls on the MAX more than a week ago when police say a man got on, shouting what could be considered hate speech. Both Best and another man died.
This is the kind of person we need to honor today.
We just need to make sure that we, as a community, come together and say that we support them and what they did was the right thing to do.
Making its way from Christ the King Catholic Church on Southeast Michael Drive, Best's funeral procession stretched blocks.
And he's a real beacon of inspiration.
As the procession passed over I-205, the Clackamas Fire Department and police honored Best.
It's nice to have this example of someone who stands up to that. We just need a lot more of that.
Most everyone here, including Jennifer Brownlee, feeling the same way. And she is hoping to pass a message onto her little one.
And I have to be a good role model for my kids and show them that you stand up against hate.
And if she had a message for Rick Best's family, it'd be this.
We are proud of him, and we are proud of his sacrifice for the girls that he was protecting and everyone else that he was protecting on that MAX train.
I'm sure his family is proud of him too. There has been a GoFundMe account set up for Rick Best's family to help pay for the college costs of sending his kids to college. If you'd like to contribute, you can always go to our website. We've posted links numerous times over the last week or so to the crowdfunding pages. So far, that GoFundMe account has raised almost $20,000. The goal is $100,000. Back to you.